right now. Your engine is weaker than it was last year, and you didn't even notice it happening if you could see inside it. You'd watch carbon building up every second you drive, not because something broke, not because a warning light came on, not because your mechanic found anything wrong. Just because of how engines work over time, and because of something so gradual and so invisible that your brain has already adjusted to it without telling you. And here's the part that should worry you. Most people only realize this after they've already lost performance they didn't have to lose in the first place. Think about the last time you drove a car that felt genuinely sharp, responsive. The kind of throttle where you press the pedal and the engine answers immediately, cleanly, without any delay, that feeling. When did your car last feel exactly like that? Because there is a very good chance that the car you are driving today does not feel like that anymore. And if this sounds like something you want to understand before it costs you a significant repair bill, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because this channel exists to tell you the things that nobody in the automotive industry has any financial reason to explain. And in a few minutes, I'll show you the one simple thing that can reverse most of this, for less than the cost of a coffee. Let me paint you a picture. You sit at a red light, it goes green, you press the gas, the car moves, and by the time you hit 70 on the highway, everything seems completely normal. And it is for where your engine is right now. The problem is where your engine was 2 years ago. That older version of your engine was doing it more efficiently and with noticeably more low-end response. The numbers are different, but because you drive it every day, your brain hides the decline. It's the single biggest reason why gradual power loss goes completely undetected. Here is where it starts, and this is the part almost no one explains clearly. Every single time your engine runs, combustion happens. Thousands of times per minute, fuel and air mix in the cylinder, the spark plug fires, an explosion pushes the piston down, and the cycle repeats. This is exactly what is supposed to happen, but combustion is not a perfectly clean process. Every explosion leaves something behind, microscopic carbonaceous residue, tiny, invisible byproducts that do not exit the exhaust because they were never fully burned. They accumulate on the intake valves, on the injector tips, on the piston crown. After 2 years of normal driving, those invisible deposits have built into something real, something that is actively changing how your engine performs. Now here is the part that will make you think about this differently. Most people, when they think about engine problems, think about failure. Something breaks, a warning light comes on, but the kind of power loss I am describing is not failure, it is restriction. Imagine trying to breathe normally through a cloth held loosely over your face. You are not suffocating, you are not in danger, but you are working harder than you should be for the same result. That is your engine right now, working harder than necessary, burning more fuel than necessary, delivering slightly less output than it is actually capable of. If you've ever felt your car hesitate for a split second when you hit the gas, that's not just aging. That's early loss. Here's what most mechanics won't tell you. This isn't even considered a problem until it's already costing you fuel every single day. Let me get specific because this is where it becomes genuinely interesting. Your fuel injectors are engineered to spray fuel in an extremely fine mist. But when carbon deposits build up around the injector tip, that perfectly engineered spray pattern degrades. The atomization becomes less efficient, combustion becomes marginally less complete, and the result? A tiny reduction in power output, multiplied by every cylinder, multiplied by every combustion event, and here's the part almost nobody realizes. This doesn't just affect power. It slowly affects your fuel economy too, but this isn't even the worst part. What happens next is what actually steals most of your engine's performance. And then there are your intake valves. In older engine designs, fuel was injected into the intake port, which means fuel was constantly washing over the intake valve, keeping it relatively clean. But most modern engines use direct injection. The fuel goes straight into the cylinder, which means the intake valve never gets washed. It just sits there, with exhaust gases and oil vapors coating it incrementally. And over time, those deposits harden like barnacles on a ship hull. When air has to flow past a valve coated in hard carbon, the airflow becomes turbulent. The engine has to work harder to pull in the same volume of air, which is the exact definition of lost power, and the reason you don't notice it is simple. You never compare it to a clean version of your own engine. This loss of power simply goes unnoticed until it becomes severe enough to trigger a check engine light. Now I want to be very clear about something. I am not telling you that your engine is about to fail. What I am telling you is that there is a very high probability that your engine right now is performing below its actual design capability, not because of wear, but because of contamination. Wear is permanent. Once a piston ring is gone, it is gone. But contamination is a coating, and coatings can be removed, and almost nobody realizes. This can be reversed without opening your engine. The simplest version of a proactive approach is this, and this is where most people get it wrong. Because 90% of the products you see don't actually work. You need a specific type of cleaner that actually dissolves these deposits at a chemical level. It's not the cheap random ones. It's the ones built around a compound called polyethyramine, which is the specific chemical compound proven to dissolve hardened carbon deposits without damaging engine components, and the difference isn't subtle. It's the kind of change you actually feel the next time you drive, and when it works, people notice smoother throttle, better pickup, and sometimes even improved mileage within a single tank. Added to your fuel tank every 12 to 15,000 miles. That is it, not every oil change, not every tank of fuel, just periodically, consistently. The cost is somewhere between $4 and $12 depending on the product. The alternative, a professional fuel system induction cleaning service, runs between $150 and $300 at most shops. Both accomplish the same thing. The difference is when you do it and how much you spend. And this is exactly why some mechanics quietly recommend this, but never publicly talk about it. If you could actually see what was happening inside the engine while it ran, most people would treat their fuel system the way they treat their oil, regularly, consistently, without waiting for a symptom. Because you would be watching the problem form in real time, but because you cannot see inside, the problem becomes abstract, and abstract problems are easy to defer until they become concrete, usually in the form of a bill. Before you go, drop your answer in the comments right now. How long have you been driving your current car without any kind of fuel system cleaning? A year? 3 years? Never. I read every comment and I genuinely want to know how widespread this is. And if you know someone who has been talking about how their car just does not feel the same as it used to, send them this video. Because what they are probably describing is exactly this. The engine in your car is capable of more than it's giving you right now. It always has been. And once you notice this, you'll feel it every time you drive. The only difference is some people fix it early. And most people will ignore this until one day their car just doesn't feel the same anymore.